Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Wednesday, December 20th, 2017 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is long and I will try to get it done. From this time, place, space, moment, I honor my truth, knowing it is an ever healing, expanding, evolving energy. I'm going to do that one more time because I think this is an important energy mantra. From this time, place, space, moment, I honor my truth, knowing it is an ever healing, expanding, evolving energy. And today we are getting into Saturn in Capricorn. Now, as of me recording this scope, it has not shifted yet. It is shifting tonight. So we are not in this energy, and if you watch it as soon as it's uploaded, not quite there yet. We are finishing up the lessons, and I'm telling you, as a Sagittarius, Saturn is like hammering out these final details. Like, you have to step up in this way. You have to show up in this way. You have to stand in your truth in this way. And so this is a very important foundation. You can check out what I had to say about finishing up Saturn in Sagittarius in yesterday's scope if you would like to dig into that. But today, I am going to talk about Saturn in Capricorn energy. Before I talk about that energy, though, I am going to just really quickly go through the other aspects, connections of the day because, you know, there's some stuff, but Saturn in Capricorn needs its due time. All right, so we have the moon in Capricorn. So the moon in Capricorn is already helping us emotionally connect to this Capricorn energy that we will be deeply working with Saturn in Capricorn over these next 2.5 years. So moon in Capricorn is squaring Uranus. Now this is always an interesting energy because right now Capricorn is going through changes. It has been going through changes, the energy of Capricorn, because Pluto has been working the Capricorn vibration for many, many years. So this is just another opportunity for some of that shift. Uranus is one of the superhero agents of change, as I like to consider it. And so that connection between that moon and Uranus is like, hey, get ready for the change, get ready for the shift, and know that you have to keep recommitting to showing up authentically as yourself. Uranus wants us to be authentic. Uranus wants us to fly the freak flag. I'm doing it again. The freak flag, which I talked about with that new moon energy. But there may be some, some areas where you do not quite feel ready to bring that forth. The moon in Capricorn gets us very emotionally connected to society and the structure of things, and it's kind of like, it's another version of the comfort zone. You know, when we have that moon in Cancer and we talk about the comfort zone, this is comfort zone in society where that comfort zone is more about home. So your comfort zone in society, but it is okay to be yourself in the world. Not to say there isn't healing to be done. And we're going to get a little bit into that. Speaking of healing, we have a whole bunch of energies all conversing at 24 degrees because that Moon-Uranus connection is 24 degrees. We have Venus connecting into Chiron and Venus connecting into Uranus at 24 degrees. So I said there'll be some healing energy that can come with this. And that's important. That's that Chiron piece feeding into all this, that healing piece. And Venus squaring Chiron, Venus in Sagittarius, expanding in our worth, expanding in our self-love. But Chiron, hey, there's these old wounds, and oh, they may be karmic. They may be in your family line. They may be ancestral. So just know that sometimes maybe the reasons why you're not fully comfortable and fully ready to stand up in this moment is that there is some healing to be done. And God, it's so easy when you have the evidence. No, scratch that. That's not true. It's not easy. Doesn't make it easier to do when it has the evidence. But it's a little bit more challenging when you're like, I don't know, I feel this thing in me and I don't have the evidence. That's been most of my life because I came in to be like, oh, I'm going to ancestrally heal all of these things in all of these past lives. And so I've been like, I don't know why I feel this way. I have no evidence, but I do. And so I'm going to go into it. So if you feel this way that needs healing, honor it and dig into it, whether you have the evidence for it or not. It is in you, and this is an opportunity, and it will just serve to expand your sense of self, your sense of love, and be able to help you bring forth your gifts onto a greater stage. That Venus trine Uranus, also connecting to Pallas. Pallas is still hanging out with Uranus. That's beautiful in this connection as well. That's just going to help with the liberation of things. In the evening, the moon is going to shift into Aquarius. So the next couple days are definitely going to be interesting, I think. Moon in Aquarius always tunes us into vibrational energies. And if we are not grounded, it can, get us kind of stirred up a little bit wonky feeling, especially if we are tuning when we're not grounded into other people's vibrations. And again, like, where is this coming from? I don't know why I'm feeling this thing. Realize we are all vibrational beings. These physical bodies are like antennas that are always picking up stimulus. And so when Aquarius is around, Aquarius energy, so moon in Aquarius, we are definitely connecting even more so into the stimulus around us. Now, like I said, this is going to be interesting because first, Saturn into Capricorn. Here it is. But realize with Saturn into Capricorn, that will be 0 degrees. Then we're going to have the sun move into Capricorn. We have solstice, which brings up its whole host of energies. But again, that's 0 degrees. So we're kind of going to be walking no man's land, but yet still very tuned in with our antenna over these next couple days. Grounding in will be important to help you move through these energies. Ground in you can ground in. Take the time, that's better. Take the time to ground in because that will serve you. Or even, grab a good crystal to help you. This is my new friend that has a price tag on the bottom, but it is helping me with this grounding in with all of these energies. So, Saturn in Capricorn, let's talk about it. Saturn in Capricorn. Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn. So it's basically, to me, responsibility meets responsibility. And that, to me, is the shift that we are ultimately going to be making through the next 2.5 to 3 years. It's basically 3 years. It's exactly 3 years, actually. So we have this transit. When is it happening? It's starting last night, or technically today, depending where you live, December 19th, and then it's going through December 17th of 2020. So that is actually exactly 3 years that this transit will be working us. Responsibility meets responsibility. And during this transit, we are going to have what I think is a highly intense connection between Pluto and Saturn. Now, I know when I went through Saturn running over my Pluto in my chart, that was a very intense time for me. Really had to walk some of the shadow energies, and we as a whole are going to be facing that later in 2020. We're going to be working that. So we have time to get there. But as we are making our way there, this is going to be so important that we stand in our truth, really keep investigating our truth, always realizing, just like the energy mantra said, truth is an ever-evolving, expanding, healing process. As we heal, truths that you once held evident are going to be like, where'd that go? So realizing that, and then taking that level of responsibility for yourself, for your purpose. Saturn, to me, at its highest best, is taking us into our destiny, into our purpose. And sometimes we got to get pushed a little bit. And that's okay. That's okay. But Saturn and Capricorn energies can also take other connotations. You know how I always talk about Scorpio, how it has 3 different levels? I believe every sign does. Now, I don't have the 3 different levels for the Capricorn. I would say maybe one level would be, maybe the medium level would be, I do have I have the 3 levels. I have the 3 levels. Okay. So we're starting with the medium one because that's the one everybody knows. The medium level is the goat. The goat that will I see the wall, I will scale the wall, I will conquer the wall, I will conquer all the things. Here I go. The highest level is the sea goat, which knows how to flow because it knows when it's in the flow, it doesn't need to hit the wall or climb over the wall or expend all its energy in that. It needs to move with its divine soul purpose. Sea goat is ready to flow. What just came to me as I don't like these words, but the, more base level or lower vibrational level of Capricorn is actually based on the tarot energy of Capricorn, which is that of the devil. The devil is represented by Capricorn. Now, I didn't get devil in my head. I actually got the energy of Pan. But it's basically that drive, that ambition within yourself, the inability to take accountability for your decisions and actions, just the need to get to the top. So that's what I saw as that base level energy. But again, we all have the capability to use the Capricorn in our chart, because we all have Capricorn in our chart somewhere, to be the sea goat, to work with our energies, to honor our divine purpose. Because my feeling is, yeah, you may have to scale some walls in divine purpose, but I think it's going to be like a little bit more fun and not like, sweating to get up the wall and, hey, I may fall down and, go splat kind of things. So we have to pay attention to that. When it comes to Capricorn, I wrote down 3 A words: accomplishment, ambition, and authority. Those are like the peak energies for Capricorn. They want accomplishment. Capricorn, Saturn wants that accomplishment. It's very ambitious. It's willing to do the work to go there, which, has its great side and has its, downside. And it desires that authority. And what I think with the authority thing, that's just connecting into power and autonomy, really. I mean, I think that's what, honestly, if we connect into authority, that's what the true soul urge is. I don't think the soul really has that urge to be like, I am an authority. I think it wants the autonomy, maybe not even the power, but like the empowerment of the self to stand in the truth. So we have these energies, but how are we going to be responsible for these energies? Are we going to use them in a way where we are true to our flow, where we're true to our purpose, where we become leaders by walking our talk and walking our path, rather than, again, becoming that leader for the authority, to have society pat you on the back? Because that's not authentic soul energy. That's authentic ego energy that's coming up in that. So you are really going to have to look at yourself through these energies. Now, the other thing that I think is really important to note with Saturn in Capricorn is the structure of things. Capricorn rules structure. So it rules like the structure of the physical body. It rules. It rules the government, for example. So this is going to be a really interesting transit when it comes to what's going on in the government. What's going on with energies who have gotten themselves into that place of authority. And again, is it this power energy? Is there empowerment energy there? What's going on behind that authority? And I really do think that part of Saturn in Capricorn, the structure shift, the responsibility for all of us is to step into our autonomy, to step into our inner authority and know the soul authority that can come through and hold us in a place where we are honoring our personal, I hate that word, rules. I mean, that's a very Capricorn word, the rules, but our personal moral compass, soul moral compass of what's true, what's real, what is your responsibility. Respect, that's a big word for this Capricorn energy, the Saturn and Capricorn energy. But are you giving respect to the structures that society has built, or are you respecting your soul and the soul decision? I really do have that in the cards below. So respect is going to be a big topic through this. Now we're going to dig into it time and time again over these next three years, but I wanted to give you a foundation so you can dig in. Now, if you were born 1990, 1991, even the end of 1989, you are going to be going into your Saturn return. That's the last time Saturn was in Capricorn. I do think this is going to be a bit of a more intense Saturn transit than usual, though, as we will have both Pluto and Jupiter working with Saturn through Saturn's work through Capricorn. So we're going to have some big lessons. All of us, but especially those who are going through your Saturn return, you are leading the way through you honoring, respecting your own soul purpose. And I do think anybody who's going through that, please hold that energy. But even if you're not, even if you are just a Capricorn sun or Capricorn rising, Capricorn moon, Capricorn Mars, Venus, anything, no Capricorn in your chart, but it's there. It still holds its place. How are you respecting your soul decision? How are you respecting your inner autonomy, your inner authority. How are you honoring and being responsible for your purpose, for that soul energy? How are you honoring your personal flow? How can you be the sea goat when it comes to your ambition and when it comes to reaching accomplishment? Accomplishment shouldn't be based on like society, again, patting you on the back. Accomplishment is like your soul being like, yes, this was one of my missions. Check. Okay, what's next? That's accomplishment. That's the truth. And that's where we're going. You know, there's going to be a little work. Saturn and Capricorn, work. There's going to be a little work to go with it. And there's probably going to be some shifts that are going to come with all of this. But if you are grounded in, if you are true to yourself, coming out of Saturn in my sign, I'm telling you, you will be okay. It's not to say that it's not going to be work, and it's not to say that it won't be hard. I know that that's a thing. You know, people with Capricorn in their charts like, well, I deal with Capricorn every day. Yeah, but this takes it up a few notches. And I know people who say, well, I do the work. I promise you, I do the work. I got tested. I wrote out today like the 10 levels of like crazy intense tests that were thrown at me during Saturn and Sagittarius, and I was like, wow, any one of those things really could have been enough for me. But no, Saturn was like, come on, girl, come on. And there may even be more. I'm just, just where I'm at from this moment. Anyways, you can always book a reading to dive in deeper about your experience of Saturn in Capricorn. I recommend it because I think this is a really important thing. We came here on purpose to live our purpose, to be our purpose, to do our purpose, to do all the things, all the energies when it comes to our purpose. This is important. And tuning in, being grounded in that soul truth in order to move into that purpose is very important. So that's why I think it's so cool that we have the sun at 29 degrees Sagittarius. I don't even know if I mentioned that. This is the last day of sun in Sagittarius. And it's like, this is the platform that you are jumping out, off of. Truth to the solar degree. Truth to the solar degree. Are you honoring it? Knowing that it's always shifting. But are you standing in it now? Because that's what it's going to take for you to really get into your purpose. Can you honor your truth? That's the foundation for the next thing. All right, so let's talk about the cards. Here's where you're meant to be. The queen of fire, the queen of sharing your light, the queen of sharing your gifts, the queen that's royal, beautiful, creative energy of bringing forth the truth and the light of who you are on purpose. However, there's always the paths. There is the path of society, and there is the path of the shoulds, and there's multiple paths. There's way more than 2 paths. But this card always says, can you fall down right into the middle of your heart? It feels like, here's your options. You have the path where you're in harmony with yourself, or you have the path that's a struggle and sorrow, and it's like, this is a mental card. You're in just your mind. This connects you. It's mind and heart. And, like we talked in GPS, bringing in the yin. The yin is so important in this new structure of things. Now, it's not going to be comparable to anybody else's path. Don't, see somebody else's path and be like, that's what I'm going to do. And then mimic their path move for move. If you're doing that, you're not being true to you. Who are you in this? Respect your soul energy. It's not to say there's not going to be similarities, there's not going to be twinning, but you really have to do your own thing. No comparison. And should you accept, it's the ordinariness card. This is a beautiful path, but it has many gifts here for you. But you are going to have to make the decision. When I worked for Soul Garden, that was the motto of Capricorn. It was, I decide. I really I don't know how to say it exactly, but I am on purpose. That to me is the motto of Capricorn. I'm here on purpose. I'm here in purpose. I'm here on purpose mission. I'm here in destiny purpose mission. That to me, that's the highest essence of Capricorn. And that's what we want to embody to get here. To show off. Show off, not for the pats on the back, but for that good soul feeling of what we came to do. Okay, where are my other cards? Okay, these are the last days, the last day of The universe has my back, and the Sacred Traveler. And I don't know what card deck I'm going to use next, but we'll have to see. From here, in any moment, I can surrender to the powerful presence of love through prayer, contemplation, and stillness. Let love carry you. Love, if there's ever a truth that I think we can stand in, it is the truth of love. Now, our own understanding of it may always be shifting, but the energy, the truest energy of love, holds steady, and it is, I believe, the core of the universe. I choose to learn through love. Learn these Capricorn lessons through love. Love of yourself, love of the soul, love of your purpose, love of this divine mission that you came for. That being said, rainbow blessings will come your way. Capricorn brings things into the material. So there really may be some beautiful manifesting that does happen with Saturn and Capricorn. Blessings showering your life. But it is going to require, at the same time, valiant courage, what I am going to read. Take action with passion. This isn't a time to be timid or hold back. Gather your inner resources and go forward gallantly with your banner of truth waving in the wind. Throw your shoulders back and move forward fearlessly. Take risks. It's okay to feel afraid, just don't let it stop you. Don't play safe. Opportunities will pass you by otherwise. Speak up for yourself. Honor your truth. No, I'm working. My mom's back.
I may be arrested.
No, go. Opportunities will pass you by otherwise. Speak up for yourself. Honor your truth. You are a light bearer for others. Through your example, people find and act on their truth with courage and grace. So, I'm off to do my own valiant courage thing. A lot of my Saturn lessons right now are definitely around my mother. Come on, Saturn and Sagittarius. Let's finish this up. The better it gets. The better it gets, and there is enough love in the world for you. Beyond that, book a reading if you want to dive in deeper, and I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.